My wife is so freaking awesome for what she did for my birthday. It was amazing. She's so smart. But it made me think. I was spiraling through rabbit holes this morning. So she did this whole thing themed around the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I never read the book, so I wasn't really familiar with it. But 42 is a big part of the story, and I turned 42 yesterday. So in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, if you're not familiar with it, there's a supercomputer named Deep Thought that these creatures built to get the answer to life, right? The ultimate question of life and universe and really everything. And so they come back and the computer goes, the answer's 42. And everybody's like, what do you mean the answer's 42? What does that even mean? And that's where it kind of gets real for me too. So the computer then goes, well, you never actually gave me a question, so you have to go figure out what the actual question is, and I'll tell you the answer is 42. So where it is kind of poetic, I guess for me, is that, you know, while I turned 42, you kind of spend your whole life chasing answers, you know, your career or your success or identity, family, purpose, whatever that is. And now you get to an age eventually where you start, I don't know, looking for less answers and start asking better questions. And I was thinking about this all morning, and I wrote down some thoughts about it. You know, you start thinking about the questions you're asking instead of, am I successful, or where should I be? Do I have enough money? You start actually asking the questions that matter, like what actually matters to me now, or what kind of life do I want to have over the next 20 years? Where are my priorities at? Am I feeling fulfilled? What am I doing? Is that fulfilling to me? What do I want to be known for? Couldn't help but think about some of the deeper themes that are in it, like the absurdity of life, right? How the universe is just really actually super chaotic and it makes zero sense, and you just got to kind of lean into that and stop looking for the answer for everything. Or even that us as humans, we think we're the center of everything. We think we're the center of the universe when literally the earth gets demolished like it's nothing. So there's a little perspective check there too. Intelligence doesn't equal understanding. And so even the most powerful computer couldn't help us ask the right questions. And I guess the big theme of it, right, the repeated line, the most famous line from that is, don't panic. The world is in chaos, but panicking and freaking out doesn't really help. So it was just a lot to think about. We just obsess so much about looking for answers or an easy way out, and we don't really even understand the question that we're asking. And so we think of life in this clean, linear, simple solution that it just doesn't have. So the meaning, even the supercomputer couldn't give us the meaning of life. We have to kind of define it for ourselves and go figure out what that question is. So 42, I turned 42. It's not the answer, but it feels more like a checkpoint. You stop trying to win life and you start trying to understand it a little more. Anyways, my wife is awesome. It was cool. Good movie. I might read the books.